Every night at midnight, Emily received a phone call from an unknown number. At first, it was just silence. But then she began to hear her own voice, pleading for help. Confused, she tried to trace the calls but found no clues. One night she answered, and heard a chilling whisper, "I'm right outside." Terrified, she looked out the window but saw nothing. The next day, she discovered a newspaper article about herself. Apparently, she had run away from an asylum and killed 2 people. Who was calling her from beyond?
If you don't like horror but still enjoy thrills, then stay with me. This one's for you. Nisha was just scrolling through her phone late at night when she found an ancient-looking video. The caption read, "Watch till the end if you dare." She laughed it off and hit play. But as the video played, her screen began to glitch. Suddenly, a woman's face appeared, chanting in a language Nisha had never heard. Her phone froze and a chilling notification popped up, "You're next."
Priya got a new tattoo from a mysterious artist. The design was intricate, unlike anything she'd seen before. That night she noticed the tattoo moving. It was spreading on her hand. Over the next few days, it grew larger, spreading across her skin. She panicked. She tried to call the artist, but he had vanished. Priya finally understood why that artist said, "The ink is eternal." Sana's dream was to marry the perfect guy, and she did. He was a dream come true. She was missing her mother. So she decided to wear her mother's wedding dress. The dress fit like a glove, and when Jane zipped it up, she felt a sudden chill. She glanced in the mirror and saw her reflection, drenched in blood. The ghost of her mother stood behind her, whispering, "You can't marry him, or you will pay the price I did." Kayla texted Jake at midnight, "Come over now." Excited, Jake left immediately. When he arrived, the lights were out and she was waiting in bed, candlelit and seductive. He instantly jumped in the bed with her, but as he kissed her, her lips turned cold and blue. She smiled at Jake. He hesitated and pulled back. The phone buzzed. Reading the message, Jake turned pale. It was another text from Kayla. "I'm stuck at work, let's meet tomorrow." Sarah's boyfriend moved to another city. Long distance was hard for them, but they would video chat every night. One day, while on call, Sarah noticed a shadow behind him. She asked him. He turned back to look at it and screamed before the screen went black. Moments later, her webcam flickered to life again. There was no one on her boyfriend's screen. But when she looked at her screen, the shadow was now behind her. Subscribe to get new stories every day. She was desperate for love, even from the dark. Naomi spent every night surfing on dating apps. Why wouldn't she? Because she was alone and these apps showed promising perfect matches. One night she swiped right on a handsome stranger with dark, brooding eyes. After a fine date, Naomi agreed to spend the night with the man. When he started kissing, his lips felt ice cold. Naomi wanted to move, but she couldn't. When he was finished, he put her in the cold room with the other statues. How spooky can the fan gifts be? Listen to this, and you will know how spooky. A famous actress was gifted a luxurious velvet dress from an anonymous fan. The dress was beautiful. She instantly wore it, and stood in front of the mirror admiring herself in that dress. But soon it began to tighten, suffocating her. She couldn't move either. The velvet wouldn't let go. She heard a whisper before closing her eyes. "You'll never look better than this."
I bet you didn't know that some nightclubs have a dark secret, one that swallows the brave whole. In the city's darkest corners, there's a nightclub that only the boldest dare to enter. The Bouncer, a towering figure with glowing eyes, lets only the most beautiful people inside. Sarah and her friends, drunk on confidence, slipped through the door. The atmosphere electric and seductive, but something felt off. When Sarah's friend vanished into a shadowy corner, she followed, only to find herself staring into a void where there should have been walls. "Welcome to the shadows," it whispered, pulling her in. She was never seen again, just another shadow dancing in the dark. Subscribe to get new stories every day.
The glamorous woman in the red dress always had the best table, but no one could remember ever speaking to her. Week after week, she sat alone, her eyes scanning the restaurant. Intrigued, a man approached her, enchanted by her beauty. They danced under the dim lights, her touch cold as ice. But when he looked into her eyes, he saw his reflection, aged, decayed, as if years had passed in a moment. He tried to pull away, but her grip tightened. She whispered, "Don't worry, I will never let you go." Subscribe to get new stories every day.